500 trees are growing today in Nebraska compared to just one tree 100 years ago that was growing. The problem of it is that most of the trees growing today are weed trees. They do nothing to help in the food or different productions that could make money for the owner of the land where the trees are on, or even the state of Nebraska. The land that they have, quite often they put cedar trees and different trees like that that really do no good at all. Supposedly wind breaks, but more than likely they're just more of a place for rattlesnakes to hide. I planted 1,000 trees in 1 year. They were all black walnut trees. As you can see, here are 2 of them in my yard. The rest of them I planted on other people's land. No, it wasn't for my wells, nor for theirs, but for the next generation. In 1979, when I planted these 2 trees, they were 6 inches tall, and they cost me 50 cents each. 50 cents. Now, why are trees better than gold and silver? Gold and silver, if you own it, like this 1884 silver is the only thing I've got, but if you own silver or gold, the only way you make money is if you convince somebody else to pay you more money than what you paid for it. And I've seen in my time silver, for darn sure, sit around for most of 15 years and not hardly go up a nickel. And so, and gold, I've seen it climbing recently, but never forget that the federal government made it illegal to even own gold once. You think they couldn't do it twice? So I believe that what you want is an investment that can come 2 directions to you in profit. One is the acorns or the black walnuts that we grow in our acorn bur oak and our nut trees. And these nuts, even the husk is very valuable. I sell that to numerous people that want this for survival situations. A green husk can stun fish in calm water, and a very valuable source for survival situation. If you needed meat, you didn't have fish hooks and all the other paraphernalia, calm water and a green black walnut husk will still produce food for you, theoretically. Now, the nut inside, the shell, there's all sorts of products that can be made from that. And then, of course, the meat inside. You haven't lived until you've had a black walnut pie. Rest assured, it is incredibly tasty. Black walnuts, there's one reason. Besides the nuts that they produce, down the road, this old black walnut tree, and I trimmed it as it was growing, as I did all of black walnut trees I ever plant, so that it'll have a knot-free lumber. Very valuable. I'm seeing people pay as much as $1,500 a tree for good, clean lumber like this will produce. And so down the road, and it probably won't be in my lifetime, to say the least, but somebody's going to have a lot of money coming to them. Now, that doesn't mean you couldn't trim it down and cut it down earlier. Even now, it would still bring in an incredible sum of money compared to the 50 cents that I paid for that 6-inch seedling in 1979. And it isn't just black walnuts. Any drought area can sustain a bur oak tree. And yeah, they produce acorns. If you can see it here, they're just little bitty guys. Now, bur oak doesn't grow as quick as a black walnut tree, but the wood in oak is beyond valuable. If you don't believe it, look at a furniture store and ask them what oak furniture costs. Yes, it's slow growing, but it still gives you the nut capabilities and the lumber capabilities in the future. 2 directions to make money. And you don't have to hope that somebody will pay you more money than you paid for the seedling of 50 cents like you would with gold. Whatever you pay for gold, whatever you pay for silver, you got to hope somebody else will buy it from you. That's the only way you make money from a little piece of metal. Why don't you help Mother Nature? Why don't you help this state and produce some real wealth? This McCook's Mr. Bill, rate this film.